Building a competitive Heroclix team could be expensive, but not hard. With online tools, a topping team is just a few clicks away.
Starting with a full brick of our choice and a budget of $60 a week, me and my co-host Jordan will build a team entirely on sealed product.
No trading, no buying singles, just opening product and making the best team we can with the goal of topping a regional event. This is Heroclix Out the Pack.
And we're back, episode 6. Today, I got a bit of a deal on some War of the Realms, so I get to open 6 of these, and I just took the plastic off the brick, and there were 2 legacy cards attached to that brick.
There were, I can confirm it.
I get those. And
especially since I bought my House of X online, and I didn't get the full brick, I only got 6. They were $9 a piece, so I don't have a legacy card. He's not letting me steal his.
No, I'm not, because I bought this brick.
He's annoying.
So, let's open the legacy cards real quick, see what we got. Wow, I need 1 Valkyrie to legally play that piece. We got the Thor and Loki.
Ooh.
I know this is a very good piece. So probably pick that piece up just to add it. And we got Thor and Loki. I guess it's funny that they're the same thing, but all right, whatever.
All right,
you go first.
Get into the first one. All right, I'm looking for a bunch of super rares out of here and a common, or uncommon, with the rogue that I keep whining about so that I can actually beat mind control teams.
Ooh, bubbly.
Oh, bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. I have no idea what this is. There's a lot of shit in here, though. We got Marvel Girl, Beast, Forge that I already have, and a Sinister clone. That's funny. This guy looks crazy. What the hell?
What the fuck is that?
Waldo.
Oh, Waldo.
Okay, we got Waldo. Yeah.
Alrighty, first pack. First pack for Jordan. We're just looking for maybe some Asgardians or Avengers just to bring up my team. We got Spidey, we got Yondu, we got Black Panther, we got Black Knight, and we got Scourge.
Oh, that's the Executioner.
Executioner. I have all these pieces, so yeah, that's cool there.
All right, we got 1 super rare on that Waldo, but that's not the one that I need. He's not an X-Men. He might be an X-Men. I think everything here's an X-Men, I'm not gonna lie, but he's not the one I need. Wow! Ooh, that's a Professor X. We don't need the Professor X, we need the Magneto.
Is that Ghost Rider?
No, that's Zorn. Zorn was another optional pick. He's very funny. He makes anybody within 4 squares of him considered to be adjacent. He has plasticity.
That's cool.
When he would do knockbacks, he knocks them towards him, and all of his attacks have knockback.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a cool figure. We'll have to consider him if I don't pull the other stuff that I actually want.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you got a face. That is a hell of a figure.
Super rare Crusader, which is Thor, Cap America. Blade, cool, I wanted that Blade.
Yeah.
Have Lady Sif, Shang-Chi, and Thor, male Thor.
I think you have those.
The Crusader, though.
Yeah, I have to look at that for sure.
That's goes on my Oops All Caps and Oops All Thor's team.
True. It's a bowl. All right, next in here. Wow. Wow. Ooh, a Prime. Emperor Vulcan. Yay. Dr. Elia Rogers, Tessa Elixir, and Rachel Gray. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to take a look at this. Obviously, it conflicts with my Mimic. That's probably not as good as Mimic. It's an uncommon Prime, so we'll have to take a look at it for sure, though.
Alrighty, next one. Ooh, we see a Thor. We got Thor. I can read the card, so I already know what's in this pack.
Yeah. Oh, man. What is that? Is it the Black Widow?
It is the Black Widow.
I'm gonna steal that from you.
I can read the card.
I'm gonna steal that from you.
That is so cool. We got Lady Thor. No, we got Uncommon Thor and Common Thor, and we got Mary Jane Thor. This is one of the things I was actually looking for a different reason, and this is really cool because this is a Guardian and an Avenger. And she's only 50 points on low dial, so she works on my swap out.
All right, next box.
You were not getting this Black Widow.
I will borrow it from you. All right, give me, okay, I need the Magneto and I need the Rogue. I think those are my low rarity pieces. All right,
bubbly.
More high rarity
That's
pieces.
another Waldo.
Second, no, it's not, it's Storm.
Okay.
You lied to me.
I saw the blue.
Yeah. Storm! She's an uncommon, but she's got a lot of wackiness with her bubble wrap.
These are rare.
Oh, she's a rare, whatever. All right, Dr. Elia, Sunspot, Shard, and Rachel Gray. All right, nothing crazy there.
Next pack. We've got...
Oh, that's the toughest Hulk.
The Vision, the Hulk, Hercules, Thor, and Groot. It's a super rare Thor?
Oh, that's fun.
It's just Thor? Oh, it's a shifting focus Thor.
Oh, sure. It's the high rarity shifting focus Thor.
That's cool.
All right. Need
He's an Avenger.
pieces I have not opened yet. Come on, please. All right, we got Black Tom, super rare. Sage, Cypher, Polaris, and Hepzibah. All right, don't need any of these. This is not going too hot for me so far. Got one more. Haven't opened a single piece that I actually wanted today.
Second to last for Jordan. We've got a Black Panther, a Hawkeye, a Blade, a Bubble Wrap.
A lot of bubble wraps in these sets.
And oh, this is the Valkyrie, but it's Jane Foster.
Ooh, that one was cool. I think that one summons Mr. Horse. I want to say that.
Yeah, this one's the one that summons Mr. Horse. That's cool.
Yeah.
And the Blade. Well, I have two of the Blades now.
Well, now you can run both of them.
I want the Blade.
All right. I really need Magneto. I really need Rogue. Please give me one of those. The Magneto is very funny. None of those are Magneto, none of those are Rogue.
What the fuck's that?
That's Egg.
No.
Prestige, Egg, Cypher, and Psylocke. I have all these except for Egg.
Last pack. Last pack.
Sad.
Last pack. Last pack.
I'm sad for House of X.
We got a Witch, we got a Throg, we got a Spidey, and we got a Vision.
I don't think you had that Witch. That's the Taxi Witch.
That is a Taxi Witch.
Yeah, that's a really good pickup. You didn't have that already.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
it's like number 2 or something like that.
Yeah, I opened 2 super rares and a chase.
Yeah, I opened a couple super rares and an uncommon or a rare prime, but I didn't get any of the shit that I wanted. I'll have to double check this Professor X. I'm okay, so I'm probably gonna be using this Zorn since I didn't get anything else. Pack Avalanche.
I'm probably using the Widow or the Crusader, or they might change my team.
Yeah, your open seems better than me because you have more, and I'm not even happy with what I opened really.
Well, yeah, but we're doing 2 different approaches.
Yeah.
Where you've planned out your team and you need everything that you need.
Yeah.
And I kind of just want to pick up stuff and see what the best thing that I can do going in blind.
Yeah.
Which I feel is a little bit better. Now, I know there are cool Avengers in here. I did some research on this. So I knew there were some cool Avengers that I was going to go for.
Yeah.
These high rarity pieces are kind of like the chase, though, right? Like that's the point of opening sealed is like I could do a chase.
Yeah, I think that our different approaches are you're going to be a lot better as we're still in this stage, the kind of beginning stage where we're building our teams. But I think that my final team is going to look better than your final team just because I have it planned out. Like I took the time, I did the research to like find counter picks to meta picks. So like I know that my final team is going to be good, assuming I can pull it. The problem right now is that apparently I can't pull a single uncommon to save my life.
It's true.
The Rogue that I need is an uncommon, the Magneto's a rare, and then I need like 3 super rares, admittedly. The Jubilee is massive. I really need that Jubilee. There's a couple others I think that are pretty big. But the Magneto and the Rogue I should have picked up. But we're just going to stay in House of X probably for the next few weeks, so I'm not too beat up about it. We've got a good 6 weeks. I think this is the halfway episode. I think the series is 12 weeks. So if I'm only missing like 4 pieces and I'm going to be in this set for the next 6 weeks, like I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I'll just have to pick up a bunch of House of X.
I mean, and I've got more War of the Realm coming, and I picked up some of the, I think, Black Panther and the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Or something coming.
That set's good if you can find that. It has all the reality gem stuff in it.
We'll see what I can do. This piece is going to make a big difference on the team, though.
Yeah,
I now also have a very fieldable Spider-Man as Guardian team because she makes all Spider-Man as Guardians.
Yeah.
So I bridge theme teams, and I have those 2 Peters that I really like that I invested an entire slot into that What If Peter. So this is a very good pickup. This is a very good piece. I'm very happy, and I think I'm doing really well.
Yeah. I mean, my Zorn is nice. I'll be able to slot that in. It's a 40-point piece. I've been using a 40-point like Mystique as that slot, so Zorn's better than the Mystique. So we'll be fine there, but that's it.
See you guys at the team overview.
Yeah.
And here we are with our new team. So I didn't really open anything. So I've got a new team. It's my mystical team that I've been talking about a little bit. It's my Blackheart build around with Weapon Hex and Doc Blackheart Wyndham, Agnes, the annoying Scarlet Witch. It's also an X-Men, is also an Avenger, is also mystical, and the Doctor Strange from Disney Plus. That is a 100-point line.
I'm playing Avengers. I mean, new things. We've got the Spider-Man, the Miles that gives everybody super senses. We've got Blade as a swap out if this piece seems to be more important. My current swap is Doc and Cap for Marvel and Widow, I think is what I'm going to do. Then we've got the Skrull Spies on the side. Got Witch on the side. Carrier Witch is new to the team, but we'll see how 400 points of new Avengers works. And I was gonna try as Guardians, but I don't have enough good pieces yet.
Yeah, a little bit of a more in-depth on my team just because it's a new team. We've got the Scarlet Witch who has probability control and outwit, so that's nice, and she does the 1 replacing thing, so it's hard for my opponents to hit me sometimes. This Agnes has, she summons little Senior Scratchy, which gives +1 to attack and +1 to damage for all mystical allies that are making range attacks. So this Doctor Strange, because this Doctor Strange has Ranged Combat Expert, so he attacks at a 13 for 5 damage penetrating when he's next to Senior Scratchy. And Senior Scratchy's tiny, so you can just carry him. We've got Blackheart Wyndham, who can carry Agnes and the Scarlet Witch with his Underground team ability, so he's kind of like our mini carrier, and when he's next to somebody, he has Enhancement, so then the Doctor Strange is now attacking for 6 damage at a 13, which is pretty good. He is a crazy character where he has only 6 clicks of life. Every single click has a new line of brand new abilities, and he has every single ability that he has left on his dial, and he only takes damage 1 at a time, and he's got Mystics. So unless you have Invincible to reduce the penetrating damage from the Mystics team ability, you deal 6 damage to yourself while killing him.
Yeah, he's an annoying piece.
He's mostly a support piece. His last click, he can do a little bit of damage, but he's mostly a support piece. He's got like plus he's got combat reflexes and energy shield deflection and probability control and outwit and support, and he's got a bunch of random abilities. Then we've got Weapon Hex, who's X23 as a wizard. She's going to be picking up the Super Soldier Serum because we want her to be able to use her hex mark. I can pick an opponent within 6 squares and line of fire and give them a hex mark, and then all my mystical allies can target them through anything as long as they're in range, obviously. Now that's helpful for Doctor Strange because they can't hide from his big Wumbo laser blast. Also, Scarlet Witch has probability control. The Blackheart Wyndham has probability control. She has probability control. Blackheart has probability control. I have 4 probability controls on this team, so if you're trying to hit me, I can probs you. If I'm trying to hit you, I will hit you. If you're trying to hit me, I'll replace your 1, or I can see you from anywhere and we'll prob your attack. Then there's Blackheart. This piece is a piece of shit. He's kind of like a decent range / melee attacker, but every turn he rolls a leadership, and if he succeeds, instead you get to summon one of these goons. And then generally, for the way I've been playing him is, once you get 2 goons on board, you can go what I like to call Secco Fucko mode. You give him an action token, and then turn them to click 9, which has Charge, Flurry, Blades, Exploit Weakness, which is the mimic thing that I've been trying to do on the other team. He just does it. Turns all of his Hellfire cards to click 9, which has that ability. So then they both move in and start murdering anything in sight. And then he can, as a free action, kill one of them, heal himself off of his stop click, which he has 2 at the very end, and then can charge or flurry as free. He also clears all of his action tokens. So you move him up, you hit a leadership roll, they attack him. When he stop clicks, he summons another guy. Now you have 2. You give him an action token, make them go crazy, murder something, then kill one of them, clear him completely, move him, and make an attack. And if anything has died since my last turn when he's making attack, his damage is penetrating. And I just killed one of my guys. So all of this damage is penetrating. It takes 3 action tokens, so in a 300-point game, it's a little tight on the action economy. But he has leadership, so he gives me an extra action for my action total. And so then I can have Blackheart and 2 goons be doing that nonsense, while Weapon Hex is attacking somebody and Doctor Strange is laser blasting someone in the back, all with like 4 probability controls and a couple outwits to turn off anything annoying as I see fit. This team is a hyper-aggressive team from what I found. It just kind of blows things up in front of it. It's not very tanky. If you kind of get on me, I kind of die. But hopefully you get blown up before you get on me. But I haven't ever actually played this game in the tournament settings, so I've just been playing it at friendlies.
Black Widow is being played at 50 points, and she's actually supposed to be here because we're dumb. Math. But she makes a bystander token. She's a really good piece. I'm really happy I pulled her. We're gonna see what Doctor Strange can do with these. I also have that Mary Jane that I was thinking of going like Avengers Spider-Man, but I just don't have a Spider-Man family.
Yeah.
But we're really gonna try the super senses, even though a lot of our guys have super senses, because we're gonna swap Cap and Doctor Strange out like we normally do. Bring in Time Diamonds Peter and Marvel. So this is starting lineup. Now they all have super senses, and now they all have stealth, which is really good because it makes them very hard to deal with, and they all get rollouts. And then depending on the map, I can swap out one of my 50-point pieces with this witch, depending on who I'm playing against, or I can swap Miles out for Blade. I just like having the utility of the swap outs. And then we only have room with what we're swapping out for 3 Skrull Spies, so that's all we get. And luckily these don't kind of sideline, so they're very good because I have a tight 9 on my sideline with Party Thor and Invisible Woman.
Yeah, that Blade is a very funny piece. I personally have played that figure. It doesn't ever die. So if your opponent's playing like a tentpole piece, like a one guy team, I think he comes in because he can 1v1 basically anything in the game.
The guy that we know that's playing the phasing team, we'll probably bring him in.
Yeah, we've been building a phasing team. We're using the new Mobius from Disney Plus and Tyler Hayward.
That video went up on Tuesday.
Yeah, so that video should already be up. So go ahead and check that video out for sure.
Put it right here.
card editing magic. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and check that video out for the team tech on that team. It's a very funny team. I think that team is
absurd.
I
loved it.
We've both been playing that team. We've been having a hell of a lot of fun with that team. But it's not something we open for our sealed. Otherwise, I'd probably jam with that.
Yeah.
That's fun. That team is fun as hell. But yeah, this is should be interesting. I'm excited to switch it up, see if my Mystics team is more effective than my X-Men team after all. Because I've just been kind of jamming the X-Men one because I like the X-Men better. I'm not gonna lie, I like them more. But yeah, we'll see if this how this works out.
See how the game goes.
All right, this was my game against Jordan's Batman team. He's got a Vampire Batman, a Superman Batman, and a Car Batman, as well as a flock of bats. This is my mystical team that I'm playing, and I just wanted to show this game off. It's not an amazing game, admittedly. There's not a whole lot of back and forth, but it definitely shows off what my team is trying to do. So we start off by telekinesising the Super Soldier Serum onto Weapon Hex. We want to have her having as minimal action tokens as possible. And we move Blackheart Wyndham carrying Agnes out, and we position Doctor Strange and Blackheart. Blackheart did succeed on his leadership role at the top of the turn to summon a goon. So we get the goon in there in front. He moves his Superman Batman and his Batman Vampire up into the little box in this room and moves the car over into hindering. His whole team has stealth, and I can't outwit the car, which is very annoying. We move Weapon Hex up because she's our melee piece, and we want to get her into melee, start blasting, and we move Scarlet Witch over into the next to the crew. I do realize that he can break the wall with one of his Batman, and then the other one has a 12-speed charge to get to my guys just barely, so we move back a little bit after summoning the Senior Scratchy with Agnes. I'm using the Super Soldier Serum here as Senior Scratchy. He makes an attack with the car into my Weapon Hex. He makes the hit, but I have probability control, so I make him re-roll it because what else? Why not? And he still makes the hit. I make a Super Senses roll because she has Super Senses the whole way down, and we get hit. We have a stop click there, so we take 1 damage, and we Mystics him back, which is useful. The Superman Batman comes in next, makes an attack, needs an 8, and he gets it. And we've already used our probability control, so I guess we're just rolling a Super Senses. We miss it again. We take 3 damage now. We're 1 click off of another stop click at the very end of our dial. We Mystics him back. He makes an attack, and he misses, but he uses a theme prob here to just guarantee me onto my stop click. And he does end up getting the hit, so we take Super Senses roll, and we continue to miss because we're just bad gamers. We take 1 damage and deal 1 damage back, and he moves the Bat Swarm up. The Bat Swarm has poison, which I've missed, which ends up biting me in the back a little bit later. But we move Senior Scratchy into position where Doctor Strange is going to be, so that when he running shots, he picks up the +1 attack and the +1 damage from the Senior Scratchy, the +1 attack and damage from his ranged combat expert, and the +1 damage from Blackheart Wyndham, so he does 6 damage with a 13. Weapon Hex heals at the end of my turn and gets poisoned back and then attacked by the Vampire Batman. If this thing kills, he gets to heal up past his starting click onto a Vampire click where he is much stronger. So I need to make sure this doesn't happen. He rolls 2 misses, uses 2 theme probs for it, and he gets 1 more roll on it, and that's a 7, so he misses though. He gets to attack with the car and rolls a 3 and doesn't have any more theme probs, no probs on his team. His other guys are double tokens, so we get to go here. Weapon Hex marks the Vampire Batman, which will come up in a little bit. Agnes takes a pot shot at Superman Batman after outwitting the defenses, and we get a probability control roll here to take him out so that we can move Scarlet Witch up, outwit the defense on the Vampire Batman, and move Doctor Strange up to try and laser beam the shit out of him. We only need a 4 for 6 damage, and we get it in spades, so we deal 1,000,000 damage to that thing, but it does not kill it. Blackheart can move over in, and because we use the Hex mark, all of my Mystics guy can see through the wall. So even though we missed the attack here, we can props it with Scarlet Witch, and we make the attack, and this takes out the Vampire Batman. That's also how you could outwit through the walls as well, was that Hex mark. Very useful. Now the bats are going to try and attack the Weapon Hex. He misses, and he hits, and I make him reroll it, and he misses again. And then the car gets to attack, and I get my Super Senses roll. This is final Super Senses roll of the game, and we still miss it. Made 5 of those and didn't hit a single one, but we Mystics him back. We get a running shot on the Doctor Strange into the bats, and these things don't have a high defense, so we just get to murder it. It has 1 click of life. Run Blackheart and Wyndham up forward, but the car has the car mode move, so it turns into a big old car and goes slamming through somebody. Deals only 1 damage to Strange, and we Mystics it back, and then we realize that we have a range on the running shot minion that Blackheart summoned all the way at the beginning of the game to take this game home. We miss our first attack, but we probed it, and that kills the car. Not a very eventful game, but a fun one nonetheless.
This is the game against Exodia. I was very afraid of Exodia because of what it can do. The issue with him is that we learned he can attack while he has bonds broken. He just can't be attacked or targeted or done anything to or move. So I have to bring all my guys up to him and sit there while he waits to break the bonds. So I make a Kree soldier off Marvel's leadership. We use Widow to give Time Diamond Speeder the cape. And then we position everybody into hindering terrain since they all have stealth because of Widow. We just want to make sure that our team's not getting touched by anybody. So we do the positioning, we move everybody up, he goes and he breaks a bond and does nothing. So it is my turn, and we make a leadership, we make a scroll. We move more pieces up into stealth while trying to avoid being 3 squares away so Exodia can't punch any of our guys. He hits the Kree soldier because he's just kind of out in the open and immediately one-shots the Kree soldier because that's Exodia. So a couple turns here are spent passing back and forth because he has to break the bonds on a 2 through 4 but does not have to break the bonds on a 5 or a 6 because it says up to 2. So he just sits there and chooses to not break bonds, and we just pass back and forth until I can actually do something because I can't target Exodia. He brings Exodia in and then just one punches Scarlet Witch, and Marvel goes to hit him. We prob the attack roll because a 20 defense is really high to hit. It's like absurd. This piece is scary for a reason. We use Thor's Pulse Wave to try to knock down Exodia just a little bit. He has alternating, takes only 1 click to invincible. So we're trying to get him off that with our Avengers and then work him down from there. Time Damage Peter getting that extra dice is really helpful here. We have our new Black Widow Thor, and she's awesome. She did a lot of cool stuff in this game. I really like that piece. Exodia pops around the map trying to one-punch all of my guys, but they all have super senses because Miles is now on the team, which is a really cool thing. We have Widow come in and attack Thor, or attack Exodia, and she makes this lurker pog thing that we can only have 1 of on the board, but it can't move, so we're trying to get it next to Exodia. So we prob a couple attack rolls trying to hit Exodia. Make the lurker. The lurker has flurry, I believe. So we're going into Exodia to try to do the most amount of damage. It also has mystics. On this final attack, we're getting Exodia super down, and he goes to prob my attack rolls to try to stop him. We move Miles in to try to end the life of Exodia. He makes his super sense roll, or his invincible roll, and then we get a crit on Time Diamonds Peter, and he fails, and that's the death of Exodia. Pretty simple game. We're back from Isle Games. Just finished our 400 point Universus match. This was the first event where we were first and second place.
Yeah, it was very exciting.
High five to us.
I got first, he got second. I think that Jordan's pool has like definitely caught up to mine. I pulled out really far ahead with some really broken shit out of the gate with my Rise of Fall box and like Blackheart and the X-Men stuff, and Jordan kind of didn't have anything, even through his Disney Plus seal. Was also kind of bad opens, but he has definitely pulled up his squad. I think it would be very interesting to see what our squads do against each other now. Because
I see 4 chases.
yeah, you've got a lot of good
2
pieces.
supers.
Yeah. I've got 2 chases, 2 supers, a common or uncommon and a rare on this team, and my X-Men team has who knows how many rarity pieces.
I would like to, for the record, state that the only loss was when we got to choose our universes.
Yeah.
I allowed David to pick his Marvel
He
so
did.
we could have that footage.
He did. He won the thing and played his bad team.
So
yeah, but as you saw, my team it fucks. It's
this Doctor Strange is fucking stupid.
Yeah, the Doctor Strange is dumb. The Blackheart is dumb. The Weapon Hex is dumb. The Scarlet Witch is dumb. These just make him dumb. This team is dumb. It's everything has mystics the entire way down. Multiple stop clicks on these 2. Whole lot of life on this one. Mastermind on this thing. This thing only takes 1 damage at a time. Has like 6 clicks. It's impossible to attack me with her replacing with 1s. Like, even if you do manage to hit me, you're hurting yourself. The only team that gave me some trouble was the WWE team when one of the guys was playing, because apparently you just can't range attack any of them, like 90% of them, which is very annoying. But Blackheart and his goons are melee, mostly. So we just hit a couple leaderships, turned them to click 9, charge, flurry, blades, exploit, weakness, the thing I'm trying to do with Mimic, on all of them, and just ran at him and blew up like 3 guys in that one turn. And then there was 1 guy I could range, and Doctor Strange just lasered him twice and killed him. And then we just cleaned up the last guy with Weapon Hex or with something. I don't remember what we did with that that game. It was a slaughter. I think he got one. I think that was the only game I think I've ever played where Blackheart has died. He managed to get Blackheart because he had a poisoner, and I didn't see that, and so I walked him up to the poisoner.
My first game, we played a guy whose entire team was to mind control your team and then bring him up to this old Deathstroke that has a really cool sculpt.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do that when all of my guys are in stealth.
Yeah, I have experienced that with my X-Men team and with this team.
This Widow is great for that. And then we main Miles for the super senses, but I felt like super senses didn't really matter.
Yeah.
So I did switch him for the blade because this blade is very hard to kill.
Yeah. Did he die all night?
No. Well, the only time I had him in was against that. My final match was against Exodia, and
just Exodia, 400 points of Exodia.
I
annihilated.
Well, all right. So Exodia can't be targeted for attacks. He can't be dealt damage while he has bound counters, but he can still attack, which is stupid, and I feel like an oversight.
Yeah.
So I have to get my characters to set up to hurt him once he removes the counters, and at the beginning of the turn he rolls.
Yeah.
On a 2 through 4 he has to take 1 off. On a 5 or a 6 he can take up to 2 off.
So you take 0 off.
So you can take 0 off of him.
Yeah, that definitely feels like an oversight that he can still attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well I have to put all my guys in position. So I had to think. I was like, all right, what do I bring in? Because I have to deal with this Exodia. So I did the most swapping I had done. I took Peter, Doc, Cap. I left Spidey in because he has the outwit, and we brought in Marvel, Peter, and Party Thor. Party Thor because of the Pulse Wave.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like Scarlet Witch and against Temple strategies is crazy. If you roll a couple 1s on that thing, that Temple can never attack you for the entire rest of the game. I think Scarlet Witch into the single big guy strategies is really
I just put. It's hard to bring Witch in because I would have had to take out one of these two, and these two are very good offensive pieces. This Thor Widow makes this
You're not cutting
flurry.
the Thor. You're not cutting the Widow.
And I'm not cutting my stealth because that was the one thing I had against Exodia to really try to do anything.
Yeah.
So, and I can't, because this is 60 points and my sideline is a full 9 now.
Yeah.
I might have to cut one of these spies for another utility Avenger when I get there. But this was very solid.
Yeah, I really like this team. The Scarlet Witch got a lot more use out of this team. She just fits on everything. She's Brotherhood of Mutants. She's Mystic. She's X-Men. She's just everything that I'm playing, right?
She's Avengers.
She's Avengers. Yeah, she's just every keyword. She gets a lot more use on this team than my X-Men team because my Mimic is really the only thing flurrying, right? So I get 2 attacks from the Mimic and then probably an attack from the Exodus, maybe an attack from the Wolverine if it's early game and he hasn't just been killed yet, and maybe 1 from a random guy if I'm really feeling it. This team, he has flurry, these have flurry when they go sicko mode. So the Blackheart turn is 2 blades penetrating attacks from this, so that's 2 attacks to roll 1s with her. 2 more from this thing, 2 more for that potentially, right? And then he charges and flurries as well. So I'm making 6 attacks on these 3 actions. She's getting 1s, right? I'm okay if an attack misses. She's gonna get a 1 and then you're not gonna hit me, right? Then Doctor Strange can laser beam you. Weapon Hex has attacks. I can make 5 or 6 attacks in a turn. Well, with these guys, I can make 9 attacks in a turn. She's getting a 1, right? There's some games when I play with the X-Men team, I just don't roll a 1, right? It happens.
Yeah.
It's hard to do, but it happens, right? This team, I'm rolling so many 1s that I don't even care about because they have high attack. Doctor Strange is attacking with a 13, sometimes a 14, right? I can roll a 1, and I'll still hit you. We're okay with that.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is stupid.
Yeah. This team is hyper aggressive, and it's weirdly defensive only in the fact that they're all mystical and kind of hard to actually kill in only in as little hits as possible. So my defensiveness is that you don't want to attack me because you'll just kill yourself, right? If you're on your last couple clicks with a guy and I've got 3 guys at full health, you just can't win. Even if I miss every attack from then on, you just kill yourself.
Yeah. That comes up a lot because even when I'm doing it, it's usually Peter that survives.
Yeah.
And
I can just Mystics him back. I don't even need to outwit his shit. These 4 have probs. These 2 have outwit. I can just turn off your annoying shit and kill you. And then if you try to hit me back, you die. So this team was very effective.
Yeah.
And then for prizing, since I got first place, I got this Gorilla GRODD and this Harley Quinn. that I'm not going to be able to do anything with.
I got the Ellie Huntress because you didn't want this.
No.
The other team that I'm very, very happy with was the one that Hunter played.
The phasing team did exactly what it was supposed to do. It fucked. Very funny team.
The one game we both got to witness because it was after ours was he actually brought Galactus on.
Yeah, he just summoned the Galactus for no reason. He didn't need to, but he wanted to, so he did. Yeah, very funny team.
Yeah. That video is going to be right here.
Yes, again.
Future David.
Yes. Next week is 300 points Pauper.
1000% your fault.
Yes, which is commons and uncommons. I was excited for this because I have an Avengers Pauper team. It uses stuff that I haven't opened in this series. So Jordan's going to basically be able to play that team because he's opened all that shit, basically.
Yep.
So I have to scramble to find something. It's probably just going to be a bunch of X-Men with random rally die shit. And we'll just roll a bunch of rally and pray.
I get to go through my stuff and see what commons I have.
Yeah.
Which is really hard.
I'm very happy with our locals switching up the event every week. It forces us to build kind of out of the box. So we just can't just like slam the same team every single week. It does force a little bit of kind of looking at our packs, looking at our builds, seeing what we have, and coming up with creative, unique stuff every week. I really enjoy that. That'll be it for this week. I will see you guys next week with the 300-point Pauper games. Should be very interesting.
You guys have a good one.
Peace.